At KC Property Guys, we deal with a lot of life variables, both good and bad, when it comes to potentially someone calling us to potentially sell a home. And a divorce is one of them that we definitely get phone calls on and about. And one of the questions we get is as a couple, should we sell this house before or after the divorce? And a lot of it comes down to how amicable is the separation and the divorce? What are the emotions involved? Is this a divorce that's really negotiated between lawyers, or is it one that's negotiated between the couple itself? So when divorces are negotiated between the couples, and it tends to be more amicable of an environment, then it really doesn't matter, because at that point you have joint tenancy, most likely on title. There's probably a split of proceeds that you guys can work out amicably amongst yourself. And the beauty of working with KC Property Guys, we can work all those variables into the contract. We deal with professional closing companies and professional underwriting, so we pay for all that services. Part of that payment that we're making is protecting you as a couple. So you're providing us clean title in that transaction, and the underwriting and the closing company is guaranteeing that, so you're protected and I'm protected. When on the day of closing, I'm going to end up paying the closing company, and they're guaranteed and warranted to pay and even split those payments according to the agreement that we've worked into the contract. So that's the amicable. Those are always the nice one, the easy ones. But if it's not amicable and lawyers are involved, which we've dealt with before, those tend to be after the divorce. They don't necessarily have to be, but usually part of the divorce proceedings, and one of the last items are the major purchase items, which tend to be the home. And so once the divorce decree is in place and everything is finalized and official, then part of that decree is stated that the house will either be sold or refinanced, at some level. So one of those parties can receive, the equity that they've negotiated through the divorce. So it really depends. It can be both. It could be something that could be discussed, and we can help people, walk through those scenarios and variables so they can figure out the timing that exists when they ultimately sell this house. Now, one quick thought on that, though, when it comes to timing, is the contracts with KC Property Guys are highly variable. So we've had contracts that elongate out and extend, say, a year, to give that divorce, if this is the case that we're talking about, time to proceed, mature, and ultimately finalize. But having that solved up front but closed on the back end gives some peace of mind to the process itself. So going under contract and ultimately selling are two different items. And working with long timelines, we can easily customize that as part of the contract. So if you're a planner and you want to make sure that you have, your ducks in order as part of that process, we can work through those variables and get that resolved up front, but ultimately closed on the back end over a long period of time.